kupinga Thika Smart City. And Your Excellency, ignorance is no defense. I must say, by that time, I was very ignorant, and that is why I was on the forefront ya kupinga jambo mzuri kama hili. Your Excellency, I must say, at times people call you a dreamer. And if people are not close to you, they may not know you're an achiever. That this is one of the best and the noble thing the great people of Kiambu we are going to enjoy. Your Excellency, I must say, being an elected member of Thika Town, one of the wards in Thika Town, we really anticipate and expect to benefit so much from this city. Your Excellency, the funding ambayo itakuja na this new initiative will help us to improve the infrastructure, vitu kama barabara. Your Excellency, unajua hata leo asubuhi tuliongea nikikutumia picha ya vile hii mvua kidogo imetatanisha watu kule kwa sababu ya drainage. And I must say, Your Excellency, upgrading Thika municipality into a city is a game changer ya watu wa Thika na watu wa Kiambu. I must say this to the ad hoc committee. Don't do the things the same way and expect different results. Remember, we had a similar team, just like you people. And Your Excellency, let them not make the mistakes how wengine walifanya. We must integrate the people from the first day up to the last day for this exercise to be successful. Any attempt to leave our people behind, we create an opportunity for incitement. And I must say that Thika is now a hotspot of politics, kwa sababu kuna yale mambo ambayo yanaendelea. And Your Excellency, we are very strong behind your agenda. And we will support this committee, ad hoc committee, to the best of our ability. When we come to the issue of public participation, Your Excellency, the elected members of the County Assembly, the 5 of us, we are very ready. We are very willing to support you. Your Excellency, in the last public participation, and Waziri was very new in the office, we had not done a good job. And that is why watu waliletwa pale, na sisi ndio tuliwaleta pale, ndio waweze kufanya vile walifanya. But this time round, Your Excellency, I want to believe that these people, ninaona Mheshimiwa Cecilia pale, she is very conversant with the entire of Thika constituency. I know the team inaongozwa na Waziri, they are good at that. So Your Excellency, count on our support on behalf of Mheshimiwa Deputy Speaker, Mheshimiwa Kentams, Mheshimiwa Jackma, and Mheshimiwa Joachim. We are going to support this initiative, and I know this is a dream come to reality. Asante sana.
Asante, tupigie makofi Mheshimiwa.
Hezron Gachui, member for Yabai Ward and a great supporter of this initiative. Thank you and God bless you.
It's afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm KT Kafadhayo Mogoga 001, and we really support having a city in Kiambu. God bless you.
Asante Mheshimiwa. Yangu yatakuwa ni machache kabisa, Your Excellency. And I'm particularly very happy, especially because of from Thika, wenye wakati mwingine walitupea changamoto nyingi. Wakati tulikuwa tunataka kwenda ngambo ile, wakati vuruta tukarudi chini tena. But I want to thank Your Excellency kwa sababu wewe si mtu wa kuvutwa chini na kukaa pale. It was just a matter of dusting ourselves and starting the journey once again to ensure that your vision comes to fruition. Your Excellency, I also want to thank this team ambayo naona wako very energetic, and we do not have any doubt ya kwamba under your leadership and Waziri Sarome tunajua kabisa lazima hii tutashinda. Niseme, this time, we as the elected members of our great county, the only thing that we are not going to allow is to have politics now stand in front of us when we want to pursue this great vision that is going to be so beneficial to our people, not only to the people of Thika, but to the entire of our county. So yule siasa mbaya atajaribu kuleta siasa mbaya katika hii njia ambayo tunaianza siku ya leo, kamwe hatutampea nafasi. That one must be written in capital letters. Ya kwamba going forward, lazima yale mambo mazuri tuyatenganishe na mambo ya siasa nduni, ambazo ni siasa zenye zitaturudisha nyuma. When your vision comes to reality, it will be so great for us as a people of this great county, na haitakuwa ni faida kwako wewe kama governor, itakuwa ni faida kama sisi wote ambao tunaishi hapa kwetu katika hii county yetu ya Kiambu. Kwa hivyo sisi tutapigania hii vision kwa roho zetu na kwa kila kitu ambayo tuko nacho. Tuhakikishe ya kwamba tumekupea all the support that is required, especially from the county assembly. Tuhakikishe ya kwamba all the support that you require to see to it that this comes to a reality. That one we're going to guarantee you from our support, from our side. Having said so, mambo mengine governor ambayo amesemwa hapa, to an outsider inaweza kakua ni kama ndoto ya kwamba you have been able to achieve them within the very short period of less than 2 years that you have been into office. Na kwa hivyo, our prayer ni kwamba yale yote ambao ulipanga, kwa sababu we do not have any doubt ya kwamba wewe ni mtu wa kuketi na kupanga na kuhakikisha kwamba you deliver. Sisi tutakupea support. Tuhakikishe kwamba yale mambo yote ambayo umetupangia, yote tutaweza kuhakikisha ameweza kuafikiwa. Your Excellency, when it comes to matter of revenue correction, tulikuwa tunaona ni kama a far-fetched dream, especially when you were trying to tell me to convince the members of the county assembly ya kwamba we can be able to get to 7 billion. Ilikuwa inakaa ni kama doto kubwa sana. Lakini within the short period that you have been in office, mimi bila shaka sasa hata ukiniambia next time tuweke ikuwe 10 billion, mimi hata sitakuwa na wasiwasi kusukuma hawa jamaa tuweke kuiweka 10 billion. So Your Excellency, tunajua your good plans that you have ni plans ambazo they will become a reality, kwa sababu na wewe hakuna jambo ambalo ni kama uliweka hapo tu iwe tu ni kama msemo. Kwa sababu hata mimi wakati niliangalia kwa manifesto nikaona kwamba kuna mambo ya smart city, nilikuwa nasema Wamatangi anataka tu kufanya manifesto yake ikae colorful, lakini now I can be able to ascertain ya kwamba everything that you had put in your manifesto, you had a roadmap, na that roadmap you are going to ensure that we work hand in hand with you to ensure that yote tutaweza kuyafikia. Mimi najua manifesto yako tukiweza kuitekeleza, hatutakuwa na jambo lingine ambalo tunaweza taka kama watu wa Kiambu. Na kwa hivyo sisi kwa upande huu tunasema gavana wetu ni 10 bila break. Kwa hivyo even beyond 2027 tunajua tuko na wewe pamoja. This is a vision ambayo najua haitawezekana yote kwa hii term ya kwanza. Kwa hivyo term ya pili itakuwa ni ya lazima. Na sio kwako kutaka, hata ukakataa kuichukua tutakutoa kwa nyumba lazima hadi hii kazi iweze kukamilisha. Tunashukuru sana, na nataka nirudishe hii kipasa sauti kwa waziri alafu na yeye aweze kuendelea. Asante. OCS, karibu sana.
Thank you, Majority, Your Excellency, our Governor, our Majority Leader, our leaders from the County Assembly, our Waziri and our team, wageni wetu, our staff. Good afternoon. We are happy to have you today. When I saw the presentations being done by the team that was putting up this model, and then we traveled to Eldoret, and it was like transporting ice in a hot weather. We struggled, we kept on calling to ensure that that model got there. When it got there, because I think it was me, Waziri, and Waziri Kerumba in charge of finance, who were in charge of that team. When it got there, we were happy. Then the process of getting it back to Nairobi was another story. So, but for us, it was a great show. What do they call it? Showstopper, isn't it? In Eldoret. And to see it now almost being realized, Your Excellency, into a dream, I'm pleased. I'm very, very happy that we're almost getting there. For me, I want also to tell a story to my grandchildren. I'm also getting old now, so I'm looking forward to grandchildren, that I was part of the team that put together Thika Smart City. And it's very, very important to have planned cities. That is where this country has failed in terms of having planned cities. That, you know, this is a zoned area, this is for coffee, this is for tall buildings, this is for low density buildings, this is for the factories. That is very important, and we hope to see Waziri and a well-planned city that will bring good living and good standard of living. So for us, and now the first city manager, I like the issue of revenue, because when you are forced then to be somewhere in terms of revenue collection, that is good for us, because we will ensure that we are able to bring the necessary revenue to our county and Thika Smart City. For me, I can only wish you well. The team that is coming to actualize this, Your Excellency, from the cabinet and from the chief officers, we support you. We will support you to actualize this dream and ensure that we have Thika Smart City delivered. So let's put our hands together for our governor.
Waziri wetu, asante sana. Na chief officer Bwana Martin na timu yetu yote hapa ya kuandaa haya maandalizi na siku ya leo. Nataka pia nichukue hii nafasi niwashukuru sana kwa kazi nzuri mmefanya. Washukuru pia hawa wateule ambao pia tunajua na tuna haki ya kwamba kazi itafanyika, kazi nzuri. Nataka tuwashukuru pia viongozi wetu tukiongozwa hapa na majority leader wetu, kwa vile kwa bahati nzuri wakati hii kazi inaendelea tumejipata tuko hapa. Hatukukuwa na mpango ati kuwa tumealika watu, lakini the right people just happened to be in the right place at the right time, because sasa huyu ndio kiongozi. Hawa watu unaona wa Thika walifluke tu, walikuwa wanakuja kutafuta mambo mengine, wakajipata wako hapa. Sasa na wengine hao wote ni wasemi wenye wako na ushawishi mkubwa kule kwenye bunge. So wakizungumza, hata nilikuwa nashindwa bona leo KT amesema jina peke yake na kukubali kukaa chini. So nikafikiri either hako na shida, anaumwa na tumbo ama kuna kitu, kwa vile hawa ni viongozi wenye wanajua kuongea na wanaongeanga sana. So wakati tuko hapa tuko sawa. Our municipal manager wa Thika, na kwa mapenzi yake Mwenyezi Mungu utakuwa hiyo ambayo unatamani kukua, kwa vile hii team itafanya kazi sawa, na hiyo team yote ya my young people wenye tunapenda nao sana wote pale kutoka Matata, hiyo team yote, nyinyi ni marafiki zangu. Unajua tulifanya kazi nzuri, mlitufurahisha sana wakati tuliandaa hii mambo ya hii city. So najua mkitembea vile tulivyotembea siku hiyo, tutaenda vizuri. Nataka pia niwatambue sasa hii timu ambayo tumeandaa hapa mbele. Najua hii ni timu nzuri, tukiongozwa na rafiki yetu alikuwa hapa last time, Senator Sylvia Kasanga. Senator Sylvia Kasanga is an architect, a psychologist. She's all those things. Sasa aliniambia now she's doing her law degree, international. In Senate she was leading international dispute resolution issues. Now she's doing a law degree. So I don't know what that cocktail will make you into, from an architect to a planner to now then a psychologist, a mentor, a health mentor, mental health. Akona mambo mingi, and she's a good friend. Asante. And then our beautiful team here, asante sana. I want to congratulate Waziri here, because Waziri alikagua hii majina yote ya watu wote tukiwa na team yetu. na tukasikilizana ya kwamba these are good people to be able to deliver our vision. So sina wasiwasi, marafiki wetu wengine hapa ni wengi sana, nyinyi akina Karo, akina Jenga na nani wote, karibuni. Na sitaki kusema mengi kwa vile kazi ile kubwa iko mbele. So hatuta dance sana kabla muziki mwenyewe kufika. Because sasa siku ya kukata rumba vizuri itakuwa ni wakati hii kazi imeisha. So lakini labda tu niseme moja mbili ya kwamba mimi niko na hakikisho ya kwamba hii kazi itawezekana. We have all the right ingredients to make and turn Thika into the smart city we have dreamed of turning it into. And for those of you, because hapa kuna watu wengi wanajua historia ya Thika vizuri sana, wenye wameishi huko, wamezaliwa huko, wameongoza huko, hapa ni wengi sana. Mnajua ya kwamba hii Thika has been the model of industrial development in this country for ages. And ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you that there was a time in those earlier days when the industrial power of Thika was higher than the industrial area in Nairobi. Yeah, it was more aggressive. The traction of it, the contribution was so high that if you look in our records, I remember sitting down with some of our forefathers, and especially those that were in the council then. They would tell us stories which I repeat when I'm talking to our people here, that the contributions of Thika used to make it possible for the Kiambu as a council, as a collection of council, municipal council, to lend money to national government, to stabilize the expenditure of national government in those earlier years because of the economic contribution of the industrial status of Thika. Secondly, you may ask yourselves, in the considerations even before we came up with this concept that we can turn Thika into the city that we have determined we will turn it into, if you look at even the planning and perception of national government as it stands now, when the act was being mooted, we already had the formations in the ministry, as most of you know, of the Metropolitan Department, but then it was a ministry earlier in national government. And when they were asked to create metropolis around the existing city, Nairobi, and consider areas that have similar parameters that would marry Nairobi now to create a metropolis, the one place that they would not leave behind was Kiambu, and purposely because of Thika. And because of what was happening in Thika, there was enough reason and impetus to also marry in parts of Murang'a. I mean, those of you that understand this. And then now we span down to Masaku and then Kajiado. That's how they drew the boundaries. Reasons is because the potential has always been there. The identifiers have always been outstanding in Thika. One may want to ask themselves, when we showcase, for example, this kind of concept, and once more, I also want to congratulate this team again for coming up with this beautiful model. We shall craft it and concoct it a little bit, fine-tune panel bit until we have the right model, fitting precisely every location as it is. But even now, it's not far-fetched. One may want to ask themselves, if you look at the current day Thika, how do you turn it into what you see here? And I verily believe that is possible. And that indeed we have every placement at the right place. One, inside Thika itself, the epicenter of Thika is a town or the status it is in right now as a municipality, there is already enough available land to transform the landscape of that Thika itself to this kind of standard. You remember, most of you, when I first met the president, after I was elected, about just 2 weeks after, part of what I marketed most to him was this concept. That's why Chief Martin was narrating how that went, indeed. And I picked some of the key aspects of turning this into a city when I was having that first conversation with him 2 weeks after the elections. First of the asks that I made to him was to ensure that we've got adequate water supply. So I had a very specific request for 5 billion to be allocated to enable the rollout of the Karemeno Dam water to water the entire of Thika and then downwards towards Ruiru, which we achieved at that particular time. And then my second ask to him, because we had agreed with him, then categorized 2 major roads that you want to be done in Kiambu. One was this one, Muthaiga, Kiambu Road, all the way, which we agreed. And then the other one was Thika, from the flyover all the way to some place there called Kolping, to deal with that particular road, which we also agreed. That serves into this. Then we met with him a few weeks later, probably about a month later, at passing out parade here in Ruiru, the prison's passing out parade. And when we were there, a thought just hit me. And so I moved close to him. I told him, you know, Your Excellency, I told you that I want to spearhead and turn this Thika into a city. And I've been going around Thika, and I don't see the value that the prison's location in Thika town serves for the people. Can you allow me that we agree, we move the prison from the town, and it will free us close to 20 acres of land in the city, in the town center, and I will give them land in Del Monte. So he asked, well, now uko na pesa bwana? I told him, Your Excellency, money I have to build my new city, but I can give you a better deal, because I will move your guys from that congested place in Thika town, where they're occupying about 20 acres, and I can even give them 50 acres in Del Monte to go and do a better prison. So he was incentivized, and he was happy with it. So he said, fine, I think that's a good idea, Governor. So, wacha tutapanga, and then we were with the commissioner of prisons there, akamwambia huyu jamaa kona maneno, so upanga, and then tutakutana huko, then just make the proposals. That's how this thing turned out now to be what you saw. And indeed, he even liked my idea. From there, the next thing that I saw was when he went to Trans Nzoia. Just the same thing I told him is exactly what he did in Trans Nzoia. Akafika Trans Nzoia, akasema sasa hii prison haifai kukuwa hapa town ya nini ya Kitale. Akasema mtoe hii prison, pelekeni huko msituni, hapa tujenge town. So nikajua idea yangu imesink. Na sasa baada hiyo tena hata sasa wanasiasa wengine kule sasa huko mpaka Thika wakaanza kuuza hiyo jina. Sasa hii prison itahama iende huko, but that's okay. We are comfortable with that. We are okay with that. That, as a pace setter, as a trend setter, you must be comfortable and happy when you set standards that people want to emulate. So we have no issue that other people want to buy and carry that vision. So you can imagine in Thika's town itself, freeing over 20 acres, what would you do with virgin land like that inside the city? And so most of this is achievable. Then secondly, as you drive down from Thika, I'm saying this for purposes of your conviction, gentlemen, when you go there to sit and convince our people and sell our vision, you must have the meat that people want to consume and believe that it is doable, and indeed it is. From the city center, if you drive now downwards to where the town expands down to, immediately you are past Makongeni. Then all you see is expanse and expanse and expanse of land. Even before you go to Del Monte itself, there is a lot of land in Thika, where we are able to convince, incentivize, and support our people to put up now the kind of developments we envisage to realize this city. Because we just need to have good development plans and proposals that our people will buy in, and we incentivize them. In Del Monte, we are having probably about 790 acres. That's what we would call land that we can put our finger on. There's more, but that we can put our fingers on, that there is available 790 acres where we can transfer various services of other services, including, maybe for your purposes again, a discussion we've had with the Waziri here and the prisons department and the judiciary in Thika. We've also agreed with them that we allocate them good land in Thika, in Del Monte. They look for money, and they will put up modern law courts and a complex for the judiciary in Del Monte. Again, that gives you an opportunity to free more land. And I believe that then all this will be achievable down that trunk. The few steps that we are taking right now to realize this dream are also demonstration that that vision is still alive and it is doable. We have embarked on renewal of several facilities, beginning with the stadium.